This person, Stephanie Hofeller, made a video. She just gave me a heart. She apparently liked my comment. She's famous, or somewhat famous. Like, I'm famous for the Kimberlin thing. She's famous because her dad, a politician named Hofeller. I don't really know I mail everything in, so with all due respect to this person and her story, I sort of felt like I got the gist of it, and okay, I'm glad I heard about that. Her dad left proof on a computer of gerrymandering, and she found it. So there are articles out there from NPR and other things in the mainstream where gerrymandering got exposed due to the father Hofeller leaving the info, and then Stephanie took that to the public. Anyway, I'm just saying that to not ignore that. I left this comment on I miss conversation. She's saying how she misses the good old days where it was probably pre-internet. I'm paraphrasing on memory. I watched that last night or something. But the gist seems to be that pre-internet we could talk to people. Talking with other people meant something. Now it seems to not be happening anymore. I'm talking organic, from the hip, intellectualism. I left this comment, I'll just spit it out. Where nearly everyone is scripted while the algorithms are rigged, there's not much possibility for authentic, organic discussion. I don't even know why I'm still making videos. I have a small channel just like hers. It's quite agonizing to not get many views. Now I got a good chunk of them. One of them got over 500 views right now. They're pouring in for views. It's basically the Whitney Webb on Glenn Beck video I made. Now where did all those views come in? Because I'm not getting them for other videos. So it's some are probably from the thumbnail and the topic. I'm thinking mostly from the names. So I figure people searched Beck and Whitney Webb and found my video, and that's why the numbers pushed up. Those are far in between. Anyway, this one right here will probably get next to no views either. No discussion, yeah, that's messed up. So I'm taking a look at some articles today by Robert Whitaker, the Mad in America. Let me get that for sure. Mad in America, right? Robert Whitaker, the journalist dude. And I've learned a new phrase. So there's tardive dyskinesia. Now there's this phrase called tardive dysphoria, in which those who go on the psychiatry pills from mild to moderate to an episode of depression or something like that. Someone thinks it's depression, or he says the outcomes are bad. Those people are more likely to relapse. Another phrase I picked up on, if we're talking learning, if we're talking unscripted from the hip, and there's another phrase I picked up called oppositional tolerance. I barely remembered that. Oppositional tolerance. So basically, people go on the pills, and it's changing the way nature works, and then nature fights back. There's an opposition to it. There's a reaction to it, and that seems to be where the tardive dyskinesia comes into play. And then the issue becomes that even if people quit, the tardive dyskinesia doesn't go away. it only seems to resolve itself in younger people if they quit when they're young enough. These things are only meant to be taken for a couple weeks, and now I'm thinking, well, if they should only be taken for a few weeks, then why take it? What the hell's the point? So I figured there is a point, and it should be for surgery, maybe once. If someone has a phobia going on an airplane, but very rarely I think they should be taken. So that's today's lesson. That's this spontaneous, from the heart, spitting it out. I see the numbers rose. They go from 10% of the population are on these psychiatry pills. Now all of a sudden it looks like it jumped up to 20 and maybe towards 25%. People need to be aware that those psychiatrists are addicted to the pills. One of my special interests about a year or two ago was looking for these psychiatrists on YouTube. I found a few of them. Every single one I found has tardive dyskinesia. That's what I dare people right now. Can you find one psychiatrist on YouTube or anywhere on video in which their face isn't tweaking out? I can see if someone's hardcore manic depression, if it seems that the tardive dyskinesia is not a bad thing for them, considering that otherwise they would be hardcore depressed all the time, then fine, I could maybe see that as justified, but in general, I think they should be outlawed. This is insane. There's no way that tardive dyskinesia can make anyone feel good about themselves. If I had that, I used to have phobias and anxiety about things that are completely meaningless at this point. But we can't go back in time. I can't go, oh, now that I know more about myself, about the autism and attention deficit and social anxiety, those three things, there's nothing else wrong with me. Those three should be enough. Well, I have some medical things, like I had a mild heart attack a number of years back. But otherwise, for the discussion of the neurodiversity, I am autistic, highly like at the top of the functioning chain for that. Nothing personal to anyone else with autism. I'm not at the highest part of the chain, I'll admit that. I noticed one female professor, one wouldn't even, in my opinion, no one would know that she had autism. It takes myself an extreme amount of effort to appear as neurotypical. It takes a lot of work, a lot of concentration. I am begging people to not go near those pills if they've never had them before. That's lesson one. What applies to cocaine and heroin and many more of those really bad drugs there, it applies to the psychiatry pills. We're not meant to be drug addicts. We're not meant. You get high. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I get high a lot. I smoke a lot of weed. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite. But it takes the edge off from me. The heart pill I take, I think it's a beta blocker or something. The heart surgeon said even if you have a mild heart attack, there's scar tissue, which can lead to the heart, the beats, kind of a little off time. The timing's off. So the beta blocker, sorry if I'm making any stupid mistakes. So I basically take an aspirin, this heart pill, which I think is the beta blocker, and that helps compensate for the scar tissue. Now maybe they can cure that eventually with seaweed. I think I noticed something about that a year or two ago. I take the cholesterol pill. Thing about that, a statin. I think they're called. That regulates the food, I guess, and it makes it purify it. It seems to help a lot to make sure the gut stays flowing, stays operational. If you're on those the psychiatry pills, and you're quitting them, you have to taper off. That's one of the biggest clues that no one should go near them. But if you've already gone near them, if you're on them, you have to find a way to quit, to gradually lessen it, because there's a spring back. Today's lesson is saying that those pills are leading to chronic depression. They seem to help people at first, but then reality kicks in. There's something called oppositional tolerance. And now they're saying there's not only tardive dyskinesia, there's something called tardive dysphoria, where the pills actually do what they claim to stop or to help, to alleviate. So in conclusion, I'm just going to say what I already said. Psychiatry should be abolished. Psychology is fine. Psychiatry is demented. Hey, how's everybody going? I just deleted a lot of spaces. So this is how I speak, yet it's also not how I speak. I can't rattle stuff out live. It's part of the reason why I know those shows are scripted, it's how I realized it. No one talks like that. No one can talk like that. And no one moves their head like that. So there's various paths to figuring out how something is fake. I wanted to add in, before I forget, that so pot takes the edge off. Also, that heart pill makes me drowsy. I take a half pill for the daytime. It still makes me tired for quite a bit, so I have to stave that off or nap it off. Usually I'm able to stave it off, and I try to not nap and then have a normal, good sleep. But that is also like an antidepressant to myself because it knocks off the edge. I don't like getting angry. The default is anger, though, because there's so much injustice. There's so much out of order, including psychiatry. The thing that helped me the most is figuring out what exactly I'm up against. That takes off the edge mostly. So knowledge and awareness of one's diagnosis is the most important factor for neurodiverse to be happy, to have joy. Weed helps me, and I think that heart pill helps to calm me down quite a bit too, but mostly it's now knowing my true nature. That helps the most. Also, I have figured out how to control the breathing. That has been a big change. I use the perseveration to my advantage. I try to. So I believe Aspies should try to lead intellectual lives. We have to take all the little parts and add them up for a good performance, so to speak. I think I've said enough. Those should be solid points. Those should be very good points that people can use as food for thought. so to speak. I like to say so to speak, and I like to say it that way, I must say, which I stole from. Alright, I was influenced by Martin Short on SCTV. It was Ed Grimley. I said it. There I said it. So yes, in conclusion, I too miss the old school conversations, the limitlessness of them, the infinity of them, the immortality, well, maybe not that, but for the foreseeable future, till the sun burns out, this is how thought is thunk. Is that a word? The medium's dead. Read up on McLuhan. So I recommend McLuhan, Eric Fromm. I recommend avoiding the medium. Maybe just look at headlines while eating food. That's what I do. But the key to that is to limit the reading, or else you're gonna put on weight. That's not gonna help you either, because you're gonna be reading all the time, and you're gonna want food with that. Once it is recognized that something is inorganic, it has hidden agendas, it's scripted, it's corporate, you don't have to give an F about it anymore. So in conclusion, I dare anyone to find a clip of a psychiatrist who isn't a tweaked out drug dealer pimp. And I also dare anyone to share any video, any person that has meaning, because I'm not seeing it. When I'm trying to teach is to the point, it's accessible to anyone. It's got no ego behind it. It is random, organic intellectualism. I've supplied the ideas. I've got autism, attention deficit, and social anxiety. Knowing that I have those and turning it into an intellectual endgame, that is what keeps me out of trouble. That is what will make for the best life outcome possible for myself, I think. And that's my recommendation to anyone out there who is also neurodiverse, or to anyone who is neurotypical, but they feel that they might go on those pills, or they're on the pills. I never went on those pills. I will admit that I tried a Xanax. I know those things are very relaxing. I remember it wiped me out. It's too much. That's not right living. No frickin' way. And especially when it's gonna lead to losing control of your facial movements, your body movements. Just say no to that garbage. If by chance you're on the garbage, you have to taper it off the right way too. That's how demented it all is. You can't just quit them. One cannot just quit them. They have to taper it. They have to gently, because of those phrases that I included in this video blog entry today, oppositional tolerance. The other one was tardive dysphoria. Basically, it's not just about tardive dyskinesia. People who go on the pills are more likely to become chronically depressed. I'm not talking about people really down. I'm not talking about them. My heart will go out to them. I don't know what to say to them. They're not who I'm talking to. The 1% or the 5%. Whatever the real number is of people that down, that having tardive dyskinesia would actually not deter them. I'm not addressing that. I'm addressing the overall truth of psychiatry. I would address even the people who are very down. But that shouldn't be my job. That shouldn't be that's not what I feel the discussion is about. Those pills are destroying lives. It couldn't be more obvious. They put lead into fuel. We can't just trust. We can't trust much. That's what's so depressing. That's why I smoke a lot of weed. It's probably why I had a heart attack. I just took the stress to obscene levels, especially I think I had the heart attack right after Assange was arrested. But anyway, I'm not good with the details like that. The thing that saved my life, the reason why I'm doing really well, the best I've ever done in life, as I age into my 50s, what really helped me the most was figuring out I have autism. And then more recently, the last month, I'd say figuring out the nature of my specific anxiety and attention deficit, that kind of sealed it. I'm not afraid of the ADHD part. I probably won't, I'm not going to get into it, I don't think, like I did with Asperger's. But I will use it to my advantage. The key is to use everything to the advantage. So autism has incredible positives to it, as does attention deficit. To harness that energy, to harness the spontaneity, they call it being impulsive, to be able to harness that is artistic. It's another positive. And of course there are negatives to it, which once one realizes those negatives, the bad stuff, it stops. It seems to stop. You put in all these safety checks. Like I said, you turn it into an intellectual, I'm speaking to the neurodiverse again. You turn it into an intellectual plan. You make your own plan. You have to clean. You have to make lists. You really have to get it at the top of your game and do the breathing. Maybe learn that breathing thing I picked up. I do Qigong, breathing exercises. with the getting the blood, the chi moving, and it works. I'm going to vouch for it all. Thanks for listening. This is the Tokyo Shemp News and Entertainment Network. I'm just going to leave all the gaps in this time. What I'll do, like right now, note to self, the heat's on. So I capture that on Audacity, and I noise reduce it. I'm definitely getting to the point where I might buy a microphone finally, some sort of speaker system. I said that before though. Maybe that's my next step, if I can simply save a little money, take a little money, and invest if it's not too much. I think I remember they look like they're around $50. So I'll throw that down on a list. And maybe someday I'll invest in some audio equipment. Okay, thank you. Enough about me. Please feel free to leave comments. I often find stuff in the spam bin. Used to happen to me. I think you just need to get some positive feedback and stay positive. Don't code the curse words, things like that. Code the rebellion, so to speak. Okay, take care. Thank you. Truly. The more I see, the less I know, the more I like to let it go. Hey, oh, whoa, whoa. People need the cover of another perfect wonder where it's so white as snow. Finally divided by a world so undecided, and there's nowhere to go. Interpol and Deutsche Bank, FBI and Scotland Yard. Interpol and Deutsche Bank, FBI and Scotland Yard. Business, numbers, money, people. Business, numbers, money, people. Computer world. Dun, 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 dun. Interpol and Deutsche Bank, FBI and Scotland Yard. Interpol and Deutsche Bank, FBI and Scotland Yard. Business, numbers, money, people. Business, numbers, money, people. Computer world. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Computer world. Computer world. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. 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 Computer world. Computer world. Computer world. Computer world. Interpol and Deutsche Bank, FBI and Scotland Yard. Interpol and Deutsche Bank, FBI and Scotland Yard. Crime, travel, communication, entertainment. Crime, travel, communication, entertainment. Computer world. Computer world. Computer world. Dun 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 dun. Computer world. Dun, dun, dun. Can't seem to face up to the facts. Tense and nervous and I can't relax. I can't sleep 'cause my bed's on fire. Don't touch me, I'm a real live wire. Psycho killer, questa che say. Far, 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 far better. Run, 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 run away. Oh, psycho killer, que say que. Far, 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 far better. Run, 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 run away. Oh, 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 ay, 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 yo. Oh. You start a conversation, you can't even finish it. You're talking a lot, you're not saying anything. When I have nothing to say, my lips are sealed. Say something once, why say it again? Psycho killer, questa sequel, far better. Run, 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 run away. Oh, psycho killer, kiss, kiss, walk along the river, sweet lullaby. It just keep on flowing. It don't worry about where it's going. No, no. Don't fly, Mr. Bluebird. I'm just walking down the road. Early morning sunshine. Tell me all I need to know. You're my blue sky. You're my sunny day. Lord, you know it makes me high when you turn your love my way. Turn your love my way, yeah. Good old Sunday morning, bells are ringing everywhere. Going to Carolina, won't be long before I'll be there. Sugar magnolia, blossoms blooming, heads all empty and I don't care. Sail my baby down by the river, knew she'd have to come up soon for air. Sweet blossoms come on under the willow, we can have high times if you'll abide. We can discover the wonders of nature, rolling in the rushes down by the riverside. She's got everything delightful, she's got everything I need. Takes the wheel when I'm seeing double, pays my ticket when I spit. She comes skimming through rays of violet, she can wait in a drop of dew. She don't come and I don't follow, waits backstage while I sing to you. She can dance a Cajun rhythm, jump like a Willis in four-wheel drive. She's my summer love for the spring, fall, and winter. She can make happy any man alive. Sugar magnolia, ringing that bluebell, well caught up in sunlight. Now come out singing, I'll walk you in the sunshine. Come on, honey, come along with me. She's got everything delightful. She's got everything I need. Breeze in the pines in the sun and bright moonlight, blazing in the sunlight, yes indeed. Sometimes when the cuckoo's crying, when the moon is halfway down, sometimes when the night is dying, I take me out and I wander around. I wander around. Blooming like a red rose, sunshine daydream. Trucking, got my chips cashed in. Keep trucking, like the doodah man. Together, more or less in line. Just keep trucking on. Arizona neon and flashing marquees on a main street. Chicago, New York, Detroit, and it's all on the same street. Your typical city involved in a typical J-dream. Hang it up and see what tomorrow brings. Dallas got a soft machine. Houston too close to New Orleans. New York got the ways and means, just won't let you be. Most of the cats that you meet on the streets speak of true love. Most of the time they're sitting and crying at home. One of these days they know they gotta get going. Out of the door and down on the street all alone, trucking like the doodah man once told me, you've got to play your hand. Sometimes your cards ain't worth a damn if you don't lay 'em down. Sometimes the light's all shining on me, other times I can barely see. Lately it occurs to me, what a long, long, strange trip it's been. What in the world ever became of Sweet Jane? She lost her sparkle and you know she isn't the same. Living on the reds, vitamin C, and cocaine. All a friend can say is, ain't it a shame? Trucking up to Buffalo, been thinking you got to mellow slow. Takes time, you pick a place to go and just keep trucking on. Sitting and staring out of the hotel window, got a tip there, get 'em kick the door in again. I'd like to get some sleep before I travel, but if you got a warrant, I guess you're gonna come in. Busted down on Bourbon Street, set up like a bowling pin. Knocked down, it gets to wearing thin. They just won't let you be. You're sick of hanging around and you'd like to travel. Get tired of traveling and you want to settle down. I guess they can't revoke your soul for trying. Get out of the door and line out and look all around. Sometimes the light's all shining on me, other times I can barely see. Lately it occurs to me, what a long, strange trip it's been. Trucking, I'm a-going home. City of night. City of night. Woo! Come on. L.A. woman. L.A. woman. L.A. woman Sunday afternoon. L.A. woman Sunday afternoon. L.A. woman Sunday afternoon. Drive through your suburbs into your blues. Into your blues. Yeah. I see your hair is burning. Hills are filled with fire. Mr. Mojo rising. Well, I just got into town about an hour ago. Took a look around, see which way the wind blow. With the little girls in their Hollywood bungalows. Memories pressed between the pages of my mind. Memories sweeten through the ages just like wine. Quiet thoughts come floating down and settle softly to the ground like golden autumn leaves around my feet. I touch them and they burst apart with sweet memories. Sweet memories of holding hands in red bouquets and twilight trimmed in purple haze and laughing eyes in simple ways and quiet nights, gentle days with you. Memories pressed between the pages of my mind. Memories sweeten through the ages just like wine. Memories, memories of holding hands in red bouquets and twilight trimmed in purple haze and laughing eyes in simple ways, quiet nights and gentle days with you. Memories pressed between the pages of my mind. Memories sweeten through the ages just like wine. Memories, memories, yeah, sweet memories of notes and music memories. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dared to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the